So if you hadn't heard, there was a blizzard up here, and some got it worse than others. Now, we only got about a foot of snow, but it was enough to build up and eventually shut down our power last night. Please watch this video until the end because I have things to show you that might help you in the future. When we woke up, we went right into prepper mode because we were prepared. And so I broke out the small batteries so that we could watch some Sling TV on my phone and catch up on the news, because that's kind of important and even better than a radio to listen to, for all my preppers who like to listen to those kind of things. I immediately broke out my hurricane box, and this kit is specifically set up to cook food and make hot water because, you know, the other property is in Hurricane Alley, but I'm up here on the Eastern Shore right now, so it has dual use. First thing I did was made some hot water so that we can get some hot liquids in our bodies. The heat was out in the apartment, and thankfully the apartment held the temperature right at about 58 degrees because outside was in the 20s and the 30s. And once I got the girlfriend settled in, you know, the cats had to join in, of course, but we didn't have any power. We didn't have heat or even internet, but we had our preps. So for breakfast, I cooked up some great omelets with toast and coffee for breakfast, and the girlfriend even had a little bit of hot chocolate. We watched the news and then a few other shows because, I mean, the news is kind of boring these days. It's either we're going to war or someone's mom is missing, that kind of thing, you know. At lunch, and I have to apologize because I was more in prepper mode than video making mode, so I didn't get any footage of the great omelets that I made. But at lunch, I cooked us hot ham and cheese sandwiches. They're delicious and they're easy to cook. It's that wholesome, warm goodness, gooey feeling that everybody needs on a cold day because the interior of our apartment was 58 degrees. I eventually set up a smaller heater, and that really did the job. Even though the room was good size, I'm very surprised about how well that particular heater worked. And I think it's important to pause right here. Sorry we had to break in on the video, but we've got to pay some bills, so watch carefully. You might just learn something.
Shears. This is 1000D Cordura. It came off of this roll right here. It is military specification. Okay. If I hold it under tension, I can get it to cut. This is a sharp Spyderco. It is hard to cut this stuff. I know we're supposed to do the compare contrast in a minute, right? But just, these are refuge shears. Real.
Now you know, Refuge Medical, best in the world. Let's get back to the video. Because there are too many people that just don't have the ability to cruise right through these problems like they aren't even there. Like it doesn't matter that we were in a little bit of danger. You know, that it didn't matter to us because we were prepared. And it's funny too because people called, you know, basically the entire Eastern Shore, the power was out. People called and they asked if we're all right, you know, but the girlfriend would just tell them that thanks for calling, but we're doing fine. And just after 12, the power came back on and I had to go outside and check to make sure the heat pump wasn't covered in ice. It was. So I broke it up and the pump could get airflow correctly now. Not a big deal. This is standard man stuff, right? The house started to heat up, but I didn't put away the preps just yet because power outages on the Eastern Shore are common because of the wind, and having the power back on could be short-lived because the wind can knock down wires down the line after the power is restored. But today, that didn't happen, and the outages were over for us. They're still, believe it or not, 2 days later, the outages are still affecting the Eastern Shore. And I think it's important to reflect on, like, what did we learn from this? Well, we learned that we're prepared and that we can do it. And I would ask what you learned from this. Hopefully that you can do it as well. That being prepared for things is simple and easy. But if you're not prepared, you're gonna have a bad day. I think that's it. Thanks for listening to our story. Make sure you leave a comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.